All right, guys, we're talking about what is the best diet for overall health, longevity, weight loss, etc. The first thing we have to realize is there is no such thing as a best diet. There are only best suggestions. There's a few things to consider here. Diet in the Greek, dieta, means lifestyle. Diet, according to our culture, is 12 weeks of absolute deprivation, suffering so that I can look good to take pictures that I can repost for 1 year, right? That's what we think a diet is, but really a diet is a lifestyle. So the best diet for you is gonna be the one you can stick to, okay? So some people do better with high protein, low fat, high carb. Some people do better on keto. Some people do better on carnivore, blah, 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 blah. So really, it's more about knowing you. Now, if I was going to suggest what may work well for the majority of the population, it's gonna be more of a high protein, moderate fat, lower carb approach. And the reasons for this are a few factors. The studies show higher protein, moderate fat is much better for maintaining muscle mass, overall hormonal health, because fats, even though they've been demonized in our culture, you actually need them to create testosterone, estrogen, all the things that make you human. As far as we know, the human body does not have any need for carbohydrates. There's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. You do have essential amino acids from protein and essential fatty acids from different forms of fat. Essential means the body cannot live without them. So there's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate, though many people act like they're gonna die without them. That's not the case. If I had to put a name on it, it would be more of a primal paleo-ish diet. Wheat, beans, some dairy tend to be, especially in our culture now, and the way we have overly processed and monocropped things, tend to have a much more allergic effect for most people. So many people just feel better when they don't eat a ton of bread, drink a bunch of beer, or snack on heavily glutened food items. So we just tend to feel better because we have done such a poor job of maintaining the quality of our food because we process things so heavily. That doesn't mean you can't have it. That just means you need to pay attention to if you have a problem with these things. Another reason why, maybe higher vegetables, higher protein is better because they're more nutrient dense. They have a lot more vitamins in them. They tend to be better when you can eat them in larger quantities and get them from real food, not just a pill. I tend to suggest a higher protein, moderate fat, lower carb, which comes out to basically lots of fruits and vegetables, a lot of good lean meat, and healthy fats like avocado oil, avocados themselves, olive oil, some butter. The more nutrient dense your food, the healthier you're gonna be. The more fibrous your food, for the most part, the more full you're gonna be for longer. Therefore, you tend to eat less easily. You're not starving yourself between meals. I would say make sure you're getting plenty of protein, somewhere between 0.7, 0.8, and 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you're gonna track your fats should be somewhere between 25 and 40% or so, 50% of your diet, depending on how well you like to eat them. Mine are much higher because I feel better on them. And carbs can fill in the rest of your calories. This is if you're tracking. Now, if you're not tracking your food, you wanna just make sure your plate looks like you prioritize protein. You want probably 2 fists of protein. Veggies, you want another 1 fist, and then carbs, you want another 1 fist, okay? That's gonna make up your plate. Very easy. It's usually quite delicious. And then for fats, you just don't wanna overindulge in dumping oils or dressings all over your food because it's very high in calories and very easy to overeat. Does that mean you can't have treats? Does that mean you can't eat these things? Of course not. One of the things that helps you adhere to a diet is as long as you feel like you're not on a diet. So you should have your treats here and there, but you want to be about 80% clean Clean meaning sticking to the things that you know you can eat, not clean based on what everybody else thinks is clean. And then 20% can be, you kick your heels up, have a good time. Okay, so these are my basic recommendations, but they're not for everyone. But it's best to know what you need and experiment a little bit so that you can adhere to this and do this for the long haul. If you can't do it for the long haul, why the heck are we doing it? Now, this doesn't take into account if you're in more of a fat loss phase and you want to cut down to a certain body fat percentage or really get down into bikini shape or whatever. Those are different subjects. These are just general recommendations for your diet so that you have a base foundation, a good solid foundation, so that you can be healthy and that you're supporting the training you're doing. Okay? Your diet should support your health and your activity. You should not be doing exercise in order to basically get away with your diet. A lot of people I know are like, I just exercise so I can eat whatever I want. You can't out-exercise a bad diet. You can for a minute, but then you probably have adrenal fatigue or you crash and burn at some point and give up on all of it. These are just basic recommendations. I hope this works for you. Have a great day.